What is going on YouTube? This is Acidurus. So I'm going to review the second album by American Christian metal band War of Ages. Basically, this particular project is called Pride of the Wicked. This particular project is called Pride of the Wicked, and it came out in the late summer of 2006. So within fares about here, as far as these pitches going to happen, this is a request by Larry, the Batman fan, within these pitches. As far as these pitches going to happen, I want to get towards some of these type here within these aspects, pitches type ordeals. Another good banging type one within the aspects of it here. Now this is particular kind of metalcore and groove metal within these pitches, as far as what I saw of it. As far as what I saw of it in pitches like that, paying attention to the varieties just within the aspect. I look at it here, being able to say this definitely has traces of like, this is similar to Stryper from like their 80s albums, pitches like that, some stuff airs like To Hell with the Devil and pitches like that, and also reminds me of certain traces like some Megadeth kind of 80s type albums, pitches like that. Little bit of Metallica in there within some stuff, pitches kind of aspect as far as saying not quite as full-blown thrash, but definitely close to like hair metal, glam metal, and groove metal within those pitches, just way out in 2006 as far as those pitches go. So definitely some throwback type vibes to hitting kind of Primera metal. Hitting kind of Primera 80s metal as far as this pitch happens. So yeah, I recommend all 10 songs of this album. Pitches like that, so easy enough, 10 out of 10 within these pitches. Now within the appeal, the aspect behind this band didn't appear to have as much chart-centricness within the aspect, pretty similar to like 80s metal within those pitches. That was kind of more based upon word of mouth and just kind of vocal popularity more so than the commercial radio type glam, but it is within pitches as far as saying they did at least have a music video out this album called Strength Within. I'm also going to talk about pretty quickly within the aspect the song that Larry the Batman fan recommended to me, which is Rise from the Ashes. As far as these first albums. So excellent within pitch as far as paying attention towards the ear, but the aspect, yeah, paying attention. The particular aspect about this album within the tone of like the variety about it is it has aspects very similar to Megadeth within these pitches. This is a pretty commerce-centric type album within the pitch as far as saying a lot of particular erranding type runs and blase within the traffic type fare, but the pitch behind it, it has more within the commodity of kind of getting some shit done within the product of getting like the stack up for the house party type fare. There's a couple songs on here within some stuff pitches that have like the variety of being amidst like the dungeon metal kind of 80s style, like Bathory and Metallica and some of those type folks amidst like the pitch of just kind of back and forth, but kind of within the concept the way Megadeth would kind of have some of these type runs of just having like the metal centricness to kind of listen to is going to pick up the pizza for the parties and like the aspect of like getting the red cups and the extra type erranding of like Starlets need like some Moscato pitch like that, some of these type varieties as far as just like variables that kind of happen with some of these type pitches as if it's not just going to be central, you're in one spot and that just takes care of it. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying just the product adding extra things like variables, for example, the mix as far as saying there might be some reasons that where additives are kind of needed for the necessary kind of extra type shit and fairs like that, so just get towards it and some of stuff. It has very much that in addition to like the pitch as far as talking about just like house or erranding type appeal, just standard utility runs and grocery runs just to miss like the day fair that keeps that interesting, in addition to like the blase of like some post-hour kind of in like an emo type sense that was pretty popular around that time with like bands like Emery and Under Oath and a bunch of ones like that, and like My Chemical Romance and those ones that would have like those ones that are great to listen to in like the glared hours, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m. pitch like this. Some of those type varieties, but just within pitch. A little bit of Parkside type on here within pitch like that. It's not as much full blown amidst like the actual park, but just kind of pitch like the traffic of getting towards the park to smoke, get some tear up in your system. The fair about this album, there is some tear up kind of on here within these pitches, but it's kind of the variety. It has more of like the aspect of like the advent of getting towards it. It's more the shit to listen to as you're going and getting ready to get towards the tear up more so than the actual product of being amidst it. Like there are some bullpit type songs, but in terms like the mosh type energy is not terribly many songs amidst like the fray of like the conduct like the 10 o'clock and 10 o'clock p.m., 9 o'clock p.m., midnight type aspects, but it's within pitches, the aspect that it's interesting within the phrase as far as keeping like usual mundane type fare. If you you're typically bored within the hours of like 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock p.m. within some stuff aspects, need some rave kind of shot in the arm pitches like that, which definitely is exciting within those pitches. Got some pretty good blistering typeness that keeps like mundane kind of rush hour type hours very interesting. So it's pitches like that, pick up some pizzas, pick up some Popeyes, fairs like that, sense of pitches, get some other extra type party favors, even if it's picking up like video games or something like that, fairs of like getting like some playing cards pitched like that for blackjack and fairs like that, so stuff pitched, but looking after it. So the single off this project, which was not, I don't know if it was full bound a single, but looking upon like War of Ages as a wiki page, it particularly said that there was at least a music video for it. So it's within pitches that Strength Within was the attempted or at least promoted song off this album, good pitch like that. So Strength Within is like a grand and miss, like the Day Push kind of groove metal glitz to get here, pitch like that. Just some post hour kind of swishers and Aaron Dean as far as those pairs going to go. So a number of these kind of have particular, like, the aspect, like the song formats amongst some of these is differential. Like, it's kind of within a more spastic type variety amidst some of these type pairs that you'll get like, you'll get like bridges and some of these type ones and like choruses that don't come into play and like the choruses that don't come into play with the routine type aspect pitches like that. Second verses being differential within the instrumental type pairs. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it here. It's basically like a carnivorous kind of Slipknot type album with the pitch as far as talking about this, like the kind of spastic, it feels like a swirling kind of bee swarm, something like that. Some of that pitches amongst some of that prices. This kind of pitch is saying energy roll up the meter within pitches, 2006 type vibes in like an 80s metal type setting, so pitch like that. But yeah, Strength Within, some good type ordeals, just getting some rush hour type vibes, pitch like that, get some swishes in your system if you don't have to drive or pitch like that. Sounds like Fridays, but just amongst it, appreciating like the blob, it keeps it exciting. Rise to Ashes, the second song I'm going to talk about here. This is one that was recommended by Larry the Batman fan. Good pitch like that. Excellent Fridays. It's like a quick and imperative kind of Megadeth like traffic to get. Just some rush hour kind of blowing like groove metal as far as these pairs going to happen. So definitely a good, excellent 1-2 punch with Strength Within as far as these pairs going to happen, but just a little bit more within that tradition is something that feels ripped out of 86, 87, some of the stuff always feels a lot like hair metal, feels a lot like glam metal, pitch like that. It's definitely something Megadeth out of like the So Far So Good, So What type album pitches like that. Some of those type varieties, Metallica and like Master of Puppets type vibes, pitches like that, some stuff fairs. So just kind of missed the pitch to some of those type fairs. Now some of these type ones, some of these ones are just traditional type traffic just to listen to and like the excitement of just got done with like the blot in terms of like makeshift and blue collar and white collar pitch like that. But some of these type ones do get like some R&D kind of in here pitch like that. I miss like the fray like some turn up, but these are just some good nice ones. The excitement factor, I mean the blisteriness is just, it has the thrill type factor being able to get towards some of these type ones within like the pitch of just it's a good, excellent shot in the arm to kind of have within these aspects as far as paying attention to something for like the varieties of 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock kind of blahs and 3 o'clock kind of blahs pitch like this. Some of those type varieties get like some good Popeyes chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwiches, good pairs like that, kind of keep things lit and going with them pitch like that. Now within the varieties, as far as saying, like I was saying with some of these type pitches, it's not as much full button designated because a number of these do have some commerce type ones, but it's kind of the pitch, throwing the tear up in here on top of that within some type aspects, kind of have the spice of it. Just realize that even with some of these energizers kind of within pitch, if you've listened to some of these type of songs 50, 300 times pitched like that, it's kind of fair as far as saying that you might think within the aspect that it might, the fashion about it could reach doldrums with the pitch and not having like some like party favorites kind of throwing pitches like that, but I would keep it spicy pitches like that because it's not boring whatsoever. Good pitch about it, but yeah, so recommend all 10 songs with the sound pitch like that, playing these type varieties. So Guide for the Helpless is a hitting type ones, like an 80s dungeon style kind of house party rip to get here. Just wild cherry Pepsi, spicy pizza, some of these fairs throwing some Bacardi pitch like that. So some of these type varieties. Now, the song format about this song, it starts more with like a house party kind of snarl pitch like that, but it kind of has like some variety. Definitely appreciating like the connect and the carnage as far as these pairs go, but it's just within pitch as far as saying kind of combining 80s dungeon with like Metallica and Bathory and some of those type folks in particular, like Slayer and a bunch of folks like that, just with like the pitch of talking about like some group in there from leftover type vibes pitches like that. Good varieties amongst it. Absence of Fear is a hitting type ones, like a late shift kind of errand runs to get mixed with like some dungeon kind of back and forth. So kind of pitch as far as saying if you're at some of these type spots and there's more favors that need to be done, pitch like that, running out of red cups or just need more liquor, some of these type favors pitch like that. Some of these type varieties getting some extra type conducts, figuring out where a twister mat could be at some of the pitches if you can find it. Some of the pitches kind of a 90s type game, but definitely within pitches. Keeping up varieties, kind of get the twister type things, pitches like that, sunset fairs going, extra type pitches, picking up like a good assortment of other going on like an orange juice run, sunset pitches amongst it. Just good, nice fair to bring pizza along. So it's within these pitches, just kind of the product, not so much as if it has to be strictly picking up the pizza, but it's kind of like, fuck it, I've got pizza already, I'm going to bring this with me, whether on the drive go about it or just on foot, just going to like a local kind of bout, some of these type pitches, hitting up a gas station, bringing some pizza along with you, or just the pitch of going for a drive and having pizza in the whip as well. Rubbing at the red light, some stuff fares amongst it. With good type pitches amongst some stuff fares within it. Nice spices of just kind of back and forth with the fray, like the crazy inspector getting off the meter, good pitch like that. The follow pride is the hitting type ones, like the night revving up, kind of energizer, I'd say, pitch like that. Just pals need some Arendine, I'd say here. Some of these stuff pitches just kind of out in the mix. It's the hot type ones. So it's this kind of pitch as far as saying to folks like, hey, we need more of this. It's kind of aspect, you're the only one that's sober, you're the closest one. And I'd say within the legality of having driving problems within those aspects, but just the particular pitch as far as some extra shit needs to be done, some stuff aspects of just the fair of keeping that particular product of it going, with keeping the thrill of the night kind of coming within pitches like that, being the pulse of the night, some stuff fairs just like, yep, I'll take care of it, I volunteer, some stuff pitches. And I'd say volunteer as if you're going to be committed to blowing your buzz, fairs like that, but it's kind of pitch it, just taking one for the team or some stuff aspects, just like one of these type folks has to be the one to get some of this shit done. One of these type folks has to be some of these type folks to get this particular shit type done, pitch like this. This probably some of these type ones just energize you, good thrills amongst the fray, keeping the night of it spicy, pitch like that. Even picking up video games and movies as well, pitch like that. Some of varieties, but just kind of out some of these type of varieties with that absence of songs like Absence of Fear, Strength Within, some of these type pitches. Heart of a Warrior have pitches like that as well. Speaking of Heart of Warrior, this hit type one, this is probably the aspect behind this particular tune, this is like some good when you get back kind of tear up. So just the aspect as far as saying that particular variety as you're amidst like the spice of it, it's kind of like the conic, the welcome back type shit, pairs like that, just very snarled. Good news happened while you were gone, pitch like that, just nobody's just some sort of good news within the fray getting ready to happen, pitch like that. Your homies have some good drops that are getting ready to happen. Good excellent pitches with some good news, fairs like that amongst some stuff varieties. Snow bunny showing up, some stuff pitches kind of keep things spicy with the pitch. Just real caked up kind of divas within these aspects, fairs like the pitch, just like the thrills being off the chain, pitch like that. Some dank ganja, some stuff pitch within the product, just purple, kind of definitely make you choke type fair, just like Snoop Dogg says, some stuff varieties, bubonic, chronic, some stuff pitch, definitely pitches like that. Just the spice of some of these type varieties. Aftermath is a nice type one off here as well. It's like I just got done with task or missed some utility or supply type runs, pitch like that. Just probably need like some barbecue lays, pitch like that. Just get the lowdown for how the night type fare is going to be. So it's kind of within the pitch as far as saying paying attention to some of these type phrases. It's kind of the pitch. Homies chirpy, some of these type aspects, kind of pitch as far as saying just the product of this what's going to happen. Just kind of the aspect as far as saying say like Charlie's trying to beat this particular video game, something like that. It's kind of aspect of how the phrase is going to happen. We've got this coming in. Probably going to pick up like aspect we're figuring to get like some we're figuring to get some Long John Silver's or Wingstop a few hours after that, pitch like that, and then probably cap things off with like good few rounds of like Hennessy and pitch like that. Some surprise, but just to pitch like the lowdown, that's how the fair's gonna happen. Figuring out the divas with an aspect, some of these stuff pitch. We got excellent products, get some barbecue laser systems, kind of miss the fair out in the traffic type conduct, but just good excitement within the pitch. It's kind of conduit type fair pitches like that. Just got done with tasks, it's kind of the project this wrapping up like the job type fair and some of those type aspects, missed the day product, but good pitches. Same sort of variety of strength within some stuff aspects within a good pitch like that. Bittersweet is a hitting type ones, like a grooving clean, kind of appreciate the Bittersweet is a nice type ones, like a grooving clean, kind of appreciate night breeze to get here, pitch like that. Just excited, stoked, pretty heavy pitches like that. I'd say just a part kind of beeline. This one has some gnarl type mosh about it within these pitches. So this kind of aspect of some of those type varieties of just making like some phrase hitting up the park real quick, just get some smoke fair in your system, pitch like that within variety like the legality, but this kind of pitch of just like this common kind of commerce, just appreciating like the product of it. It's kind of a joyride type one with this more destination in mind as far as these pitch games. So just kind of the aspect of like, yep, I'm going to get some tear up kind of going, or not to the point where you have to leave your vehicle behind, something like that, because you're so tore up. But just kind of pitch as far as just saying just some good products to kind of just have like the after effects of it. But just kind of pitch as far as saying some of those type varieties amongst the aspect kind of within the tone and just paying attention. Some of these are just kind of on foot type jaunts as well as some stuff pitch, but it's kind of product of just like the particular tone, just like joyride type fare, but just when pitch of just having like a good even if it is just having like a smoke type fare. Even if it is just having like a good cold orange juice and like some Doritos real quick pitches like that. But some of those stuff varieties are just like some release as far as the first game, just a good nice jaw and some time waste kind of with an aspect of like some commerce break free and pitches like that. Some stuff varieties. Silence Insecurities is a hitting type one within some stuff aspects, like a traffic and rush hour kind of reliever to get here, pitch like that. Just the usual blood say just get pumped even if it's just a mundane type day. So it's just kind of pitch. Some of these type ones pretty similar to Strength Within, pretty similar to like particular Aftermath, some of these type pitches, but it's kind of aspect of just more within like the aspect of just Just some good, excellent type music to listen to within these pitches, just with a variety of it. It's just kind of a boring ass day pitch like that. It's just some good throws kind of have within your system. It's just kind of that particular traffic of just Tuesday, Wednesday type material, even Monday and pitches like that to kind of have within sense of variety. It is something within like the blowout type factor, but it's kind of the aspect of just keeping that excitement going. But kind of within the pitch, just pay attention. It's kind of vanilla within these. It's not vanilla in terms of quality, but it's vanilla within these pitches. If you don't have like some degree of like spice or something. This is what I was talking about with some of these type pitches. The initial type conduct, yeah, the initial type conduct is pretty blistering within pitches like that, but probably just the aspect of figuring out some vibes just on top of that, getting like a good spicy chicken sandwich at particular McDonald's or Popeyes, something that fares within these aspects, as far as like the fries, keeping like the aspect of some extra type of gel is going to keep in the mix. If you have to pay attention to your health, if you have to pay attention to your job pitch like that, but just kind of something to factor in, but just keep the it's a good type product to kind of figure out the aspect of just like the pitch of just keeping the spice of it going pitches, some of those type fares, but it's probably with an aspect on some bay fares in there as well, some of those type pitches kind of aspect to like picking up like a phone charge cord or some of those type pitches, quick Apple gift cards, some of those type pitches amongst a good pitch like that, but some of those type varieties for us the pitch can happen, some good blistering type fare. And then Stone by Stone is the hitting type ones that are nice. This is like a miss some goes, I'd say here, just coming in hot. I definitely say just some lit metal, just like a lit metal kind of stunt tune. I'd say definitely flossing within some of the pitches. So kind of within a rap sense, paying attention to some of those type fares, some of those type pitches. Like when you think of particular, just like when you think of hit songs like Still Tippin' by Mike Jones, some of those type pitches, just kind of a Feeling Frog type song, Feeling Froggy pitch like that. So it's kind of a Feeling Frog type song, Feeling Froggy pitch like that. So kind of the variety of just kind of the spice of just want to get some crunk going pitch like that. It's this kind of aspect as far as saying some of these type ones. It's good, interesting type pitch, kind of get a metal type song within the pitch of just appreciating like the glide of like the ride type fashion, just riding clean, some type aspects with the tone, just the variety of just like the tear up kind of going, just joyride type song, but just more emphasis on just like the kind of zazz factor and just pitch like that, just some ice cold type vibes. So it's a good, nice joyride type song to get within some type pitches, but just kind of the aspect of just like definitely some vehicle appreciation. Now, it's not as much full bound like it's going to be the bass thump, the chunk rattle type pitch like that, but it's just kind of variety, just energetic, just kind of screamo type tune within pitch, just like a metal type variation of like a floss song. This kind of pitch as far as saying just paying attention to like the variety of this. It's a good kind of post-hour embrace to kind of get, but just the aspect like the energy really getting raved within some of that pitch is just as a good ass mode to kind of just be flexing pitch like that. Sounds surprised, but good excellent pitch as far as those pitches. I'm definitely feeling froggy some of that pitch. Just kind of have the chat going, figure out some drops as far as like the pitch of some shit that needs to happen fares like that. So good excellent pitch about it. So yeah, 10 out of 10 album pitch like that. So no surprise. So the excellent aspect amongst it here as far as these pairs gonna have them paying attention towards that. It's kind of variety as far as saying the social score is going to go ahead and get. Now, I would say within the factor, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 within these pitches because the aspect upon this album is pretty blistering within like the ordeal. The social score about this album is going to get a 10 out of 10 as well, but it's kind of almost with an asterisk as far as these pairs going to happen. It's this kind of pitch as far as saying paying attention like the commerce type runs and pitch like that. There's a number of these kind of on here that have more transit type fares, very similar to Megadeth, fares like that, sense type pitches of just having pizza long pitch like that, sense type price, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying it just has like those particular jaunts, so like utility type fare, getting some of this product done within sense type pitches, kind of the back and forth, some good kind of post hour embrace on top of that, sense type pitches to kind of pay attention to this kind of product, this kind of the aspect, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying, trying to factor that in with like the conduct. Now, when I was saying within some type pitches as far as getting like aspects of like Bacardi fares like that in your system, now obviously within legality of driving, it's not as recommended within some type pitches, but it's this kind of product as far as saying that this is more of like a commerce centric type album within some type pitches, a dislike the back and forth, a dislike erranding and fares like that. Now, if it's on foot, definitely sure enough within the aspect of some of these type ones, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying that there's just a number of type aspects that kind of call for like the attentiveness within some type pitches, so it's kind of variety as far as saying paying attention towards it here within the aspect as far as just the back and forth as far as figuring out some of the type vibes to kind of have within like the go-ins on pitch like that, where it is picking up further type pizzas, getting like some extra type supplies at like Walmart and fairs like that, some stuff pitches, just party favors pitch like that, picking up like some varieties, just pitches, some of these type varieties kind of getting towards the aspect. It's kind of pitch as far as saying some good kind of products about it here with some of these type pitches, but it just strikes me as like a good kind of conduct as far as just like the reality of it to kind of factor in is that there's going to have to be at least somebody that has to be relatively He's going to have to be some degree of like a sober driver that takes care of like the aspect for most of the commerce type B line. So it's kind of pitch. Just have like paddles along for like the pitch as far as figuring out whom it's going to particularly kind of be within these conducts. Now within the aspect that kind of has like the particular tone to like the popular type factor with some of these type pitches, but it's just something kind of factor in that's going to have to be somebody. It's kind of pitch as far as saying just paying attention to like that affluent kind of conduct as far as those pitches going to happen within like the variety like the tarot kind of going. So it's just kind of the pitch of that. Suffice to say, I've had a number of editings within this particular review trying to sum that up, but then some of the pitch as far as trying to say it's just the pitch as far as saying like the aspect of what I've been trying to get to for like these past 25 or 30 minutes within some of the pitch as far as saying it's just the factoid that this is like a pretty consistent tariff type album within these pitches, very blistering within the aspect, but this kind of pitch as far as just juggling that dichotomy as far as kind of saying that the commerce is kind of with it. So it's just kind of it's kind of like oil and water, how some of these type of things don't mix within the product, but it's going to have to be something like that. So it's just kind of pitch as far as saying, but likely the person that has to do it is going to have like a degree of kind of like, particular kind of like spotlight as far as those person out, and just to say whether that's BZs or otherwise, some of those pitches is something to pay attention to. But it's just kind of product as far as saying it's a good type product of an album to kind of get towards this tarot, but then some stuff fashion. But it's just kind of pitch as far as saying just paying attention towards it. That just something to factor in as far as like the fares, figuring out how that particular night shift fare is going to happen with it, because I mean it's pretty consistent on here as far as these fares. The energy is pretty visceral, pitch like that amongst things that price as far as like the tarot, but it does call at times for like the variety as far as getting some of that product kind of going within pitch like that. So I just, swap it out. A person does it Monday, B person does it Tuesday, C person does it Wednesday, so on that pitch. But it's kind of fair as far as saying, but just paying attention to some of that type fair, blistering type album, very quick, very thrash, very groove. Some of these type pitches, commerce really energizing. It's an exciting album to listen to with some of these type pitches amongst the phrase as far as just like the back and forth pitches like that. Pick up the supplies, get the Bacardi, wild cherry Pepsi, spicy pizzas, spicy frozen pizzas, some of these type fairs, the red cups, some of these type aspects, standard swag for BZ's pitch like that. Some of the fair is going to keep things interesting, the snowballs and fairs like that. But it's kind of pitch as far as saying it's kind of aspect just some of the factor in. But that's the only thing I would say. I mean, within the pitch, the promotion about this album is kind of within the fair about it. I would say strength within is a good type tune within those pitches, just like some post-art kind of embrace. Energy factor real high. It's an exciting type album, like I was saying, pitch like that. The Larry the Batman Finn song's pretty hitting as well. Rise from the Ashes, good kind of aspect with like some Megadeth type vibes about that one, so it's good pitch about it. But just the variety as far as saying, just paying attention towards it here. It is a pretty carnivorous type album. It's just the fact as far as just throwing in that in the mix, as far as saying that there's going to be some things that someone's going to have to take one for the team as far as this first guy was a good type pitch, but look after it. In terms of future, like I'm not, War of Ages has dropped album. In terms of future, War of Ages has dropped albums up to at least 2023 within these pitches. They probably have some further, they probably do have some further type bang on deck pitches like that, so some good type varieties. I'll have to get back to this band down the road within pitches like that, but some good blister type in this. This is a classic here, definitely. This is a classic here, very thrilling pitch like that. Some good accent varieties, kind of get some Megadeth type vibes, and like some groove metal, kind of 20 years out of the 80s pitch like that. Some varieties kind of get some commerce kind of going, pitch like that for like the excitement. Terrap is on here, something to balance within those pitches. Just take one for the team if you have to, pitch like that. But some good blistering toughness, very thorough and hitting, very thorough and hitting visceral type album, I'd say.